Hello everyone and welcome to Foreman India. We cover stories and news which are related to the issues and harassments faced by men. Today we have with us Mr. Shonee Kapoor, who is a men's rights activist, a film producer and a 498A consultant. Let us welcome him. Hello Mr. Kapoor and welcome to Foreman India and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Antara, for having me on Foreman India.
It's a pleasure for us to have you.
Pleasure for me as well.
So, as you know, sir, that Foreman India generally covers stories and news which are related to the harassments and abuse faced by men or any kind of issues faced by men because nobody talks about these issues which are generally faced by the male gender. And we have also given platform to everyone, actually, the male genders who wants to come up with their stories in front of the world. Then if we talk about getting justice, then man in India, if I talk about our country India, then it is very difficult for a man to get justice because the court works in a very slow manner, like it's the justice system is not that fast, or things are not done in a speedy way. Generally, in any kind of cases, it might be a 498A or dowry or DV or divorce cases also. It takes a very long time period for a case to get over. Minimum is just 5 to 6 years or 7 years, and maximum nobody knows that how long can a case take to get over. But if we, consider the case of Johnny Depp, which was very popular, it was done in a very speedy manner. Then so I would like to ask regarding the same thing, that is that the justice system in India, like why it is so slow and it takes so long for a case to get over. Because even in many false cases we have seen that the court, they know that it's a false case, but still the case is going on and on and on, and it's hampering the life and career of a man as well as the woman, but the case is going on and on. So what do you have to say about this?
So, Antara, we have to understand that America has a totally different judicial system. The judicial system in US is totally different than from India. Most of the issues there are decided prior between the advocates, and then between the advocates and the presiding officer. In India, and there is a negotiated settlement also in crimes also. In all sort of crimes, they can either go for negotiated settlements. However, in India, we follow different set of justice delivery mechanism in which the presiding officers hears the arguments and witnesses and evidence, takes the evidences in the open court. We used to have a jury system as which is prevalent in UK still, but jury system has been abolished in India. The number of cases in India are very huge. So say there are nearly 4.5 crore cases pending right now, and only 20,000, 21,000 judicial officers, in which there is a vacancy of nearly 30%. So nearly 14,000 judges are giving justice to 4.5 crore cases. Very recently, Supreme Court has come up with a guidelines day-to-day trial in case evidence, in which cases evidences begin. Today, some part of evidence is taken, then there is a date of 3 months or 6 months. It will go on from day in, day out, today, tomorrow, day after. So this is the way the courts will proceed. So I think this will bring the required level of efficiency in judicial mechanisms, and maybe the justice delivery mechanism would be little quicker. It used to happen in the past also, but then we had to request the magistrate court or Supreme Court for speedy trial. Now it will become a matter of right, or in fact, if these directions are percolated down, then it will be quite faster. Now coming to false cases, or even the false cases run for 5, 6, 7 years. So we have to understand that false cases will also run like any other cases. In our IPC, the total conviction rate is only 28%, 27%. It varies. In heinous crimes, it is little more, but in non-heinous crime it is very less. There are crimes which should have been made compoundable. They have not been made compoundable even yet. Though different states like MP recently, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh in the past have making 498A compoundable.
Yes.
But other states, people need to go to High Court to get a quash even after settlements. So there is a requirement for rewriting of all these codes, whether it is IPC or CRPC or even CPC if we talk about civil procedure, because there also there is a lot of delay. Though in the past 10-12 years, the civil cases have started running very fast in this country, is what I can see.
Okay. And regarding this 498 cases, is there what do you think? There is any particular like maximum time period कि इतने टाइम के अंदर ही अंदर ये खत्म होगा ही या फिर उससे ज्यादा स्ट्रेस नहीं होगा? Anything such time period is there? I think no, I guess.
I wish
That's why
there
I'm
was.
asking you.
I wish there was. I wish there was.
That's
So
what.
if there was, I know a person whose case was running when I met him. It was in 2009, and his case was running since 1991. So he had a
Okay.
daughter. So in 2011 or 12, he sent me a card for his daughter's wedding, but his case was still on.
Okay. So there is no time period. Like even if you die, maybe after that also the case might go on and on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Case will
And
continue.
yes, yes, because I know a friend of mine, like there's a friend of mine who is also suffering through a similar, fate, I can say. Like he was married just for 2.5 months, and it was not a social marriage, it was a court marriage only. So after 2.5 months, she just went and she accused him and his mother, like my friend and his mother, of 498A and many other things as well. And this case was actually registered in 2016 in the month of Feb, and it is still
Right.
going on. And there was one incident where, like, she said that she was, physically harmed by her husband, and she was beaten and she was tortured and this and that. But when the court asked her to, bring evidences proving her statement, to prove her statement, so she bought a medical certificate from a doctor. There was a seal and signature of the doctor, and she said that this was the doctor who examined her, and that he gave the certificate that yes, she was tortured brutally. But then the court asked कि said कि आप बुलाइए डॉक्टर को और उनको विटनेस देने के लिए बुलाइए. Then that doctor was asked to come to court, and he came to the court, and he said that this I did not give the certificate because the name is mine, but this signature is not mine, so I'm not the one who has given the certificate. Then the lawyers of the women, they argued that no, in that same hospital there are two doctors of the same name. तो कोर्ट ने कहा ठीक है, then you bring that doctor, आप बुलाइए उनको, send someone. Then they could not, and it has been more than 2 years till date. They could not bring the doctor because it was a total lie. They just made a fake certificate using that doctor's name, and the doctor whose name was included in the certificate, he is now somewhere else. He is not in that particular hospital right now. He is in a different state, and he said that मुझे जो कहना था मैंने तो already बोल दिया है, because that is not my signature, and I was not a doctor. But the woman, she's saying that no, this was not that doctor. It was someone else who is having the same name. But then they are not able to bring that person to the court till date, and they're saying that no, we are trying to bring him. He's somewhere else. He's busy and this and that. Somewhere in a court knows that she is lying, but it has been, as I said, it has been more than 2 years. But court is
Correct.
giving her time. The court is still
So
saying कि we are giving you time, and the case is still running on. वही पे वो case अटका हुआ. It's a 498A case, and it was just after 2.5 months of marriage, this thing happened, and my friend is still, going through this torturous thing, and he's just, his life is just stuck. He cannot move ahead. He cannot go back. So, what to do in this kind of situations जहाँ पे the court knows कि ये गलत है, गलत हो रहा है, evidence नहीं है, but still the court is giving that woman ample amount of time, to कि आप prove कीजिए आपके evidence, मतलब आप evidence लेके आइए. So what do you have to say on this kind of
See,
situation.
in these kind of cases, there is hardly anything a man can do or anything we can do, because that is the way court has to run, function. If there is a witness whose presence is required, he needs to be summoned. And if he is a doctor, of course, or a public servant, the court will give, two, three, four opportunities also for him to be present, because a doctor may be attending a, operation or important patient. So these things, these delays are not cannot be done away with. But however, I would say that if such a person is not there, we should argue for issuance of bailable warrants or non-bailable warrants against the CMO of that particular hospital, so that he can bring whosoever was there. I don't know. See, whatever you have told me, I am only telling you from that. But then again, somebody needs to peruse the complete court records and offer solutions.
Yes, yes, definitely. And when we talk about this 498 cases, then as we like say that it takes a long amount of time for such cases to get closed. So during that period of time, if a man he gets into relationship with another woman, then is that okay? Like, can he be public about it, or he has to hide his relationship because he has already been like he got separated. Though the divorce certificate is not in his hands, but like he's separated ultimately. So can he be in a relationship or he has to hide about it and he has to wait for his case to get over?
See, Antra, I'll tell you something, and I strongly feel about it that monogamy is forced upon us humans. It is not a natural state. So that I totally agree with this. This statement, and only 67 years. It has been only 67 years that Indian males or Indian Hindu males can have only one wife. Till 1995, 1955, Hindu males were allowed unlimited polygamy.
Yes.
And in Indian culture only, there are many tribes or many sections which used to practice polyandry, you know, a woman having more than
Hmm.
one husband.
Yes.
It is still practiced in certain areas in Uttaranchal, some pockets of Kerala, some pockets of Northeast. And similarly, polygamy is also, practiced in certain areas. In southern India, if you go, they are very vocal about that. It is my small house. Now, coming to when a man is facing these issues, and if he is into any relationship, should he hide it? See, adultery is not a crime. As long as previously we used to say that adultery is a crime if he is in a relationship with a married woman. With an unmarried woman, even that was not a crime. At most, the other woman can seek, the first wife can seek his divorce on the grounds of adultery. There would be financial implications, yes, because you will be the erring party in that case. But then it is up to the court if he wants to make it official, not official. I, for one, when I was dating during my 498, I met my current wife. I never hid it from anybody. I was
Okay.
very vocal about it.
So like
Even I
it's
went to.
fine for a person who is going whose case is going on
It is an
498.
individual choice. It is an individual choice, Anta, how much you want to world to know.
Okay.
It is an
So
individual
like
choice.
the case won't there won't be any other
The
problems from
498 and
legally there
domestic
won't be any
violence,
problem.
in nothing in 498 or domestic violence. See, we have to understand even judges are human beings. So there could be a magistrate or a judge who will take it very, negatively. Okay, you have started living in with someone.
Yes, yes, yes.
But there are cases where the women are also staying in adultery. They are also
Yes,
in a
definitely.
relationship. Those relationships also get caught. So there is nothing legal about it, nothing illegal about it. The law does not stop you from doing that.
Okay,
The
okay.
magistrate or the judge may view it negatively. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
The judge or magistrate may view it negatively. There is nothing illegal about it. So go ahead, whatever you feel is right. Whether you want to
Okay.
make it, public, not public, that is an individual choice.
Okay, okay. Because this, this is one particular thing, that I have seen that many people that afraid to, be public or vocal about it because they think that it might affect them, from the legal side as well because the case is going on and because the case is going on, so he cannot say that he has been divorced. Though he is separated, legally they are separated, but that certificate is
Don't
not in
get
his
married. Don't get married. Have a live in. At least I know lot many people in Delhi and Mumbai who are staying in live-in, and I have known it for last 20-25 years. There were people some 20 years back also who were staying in live-in, and there is nothing illegal about it.
Okay, okay. Okay. And, like we have heard a case few days back, like there was a man who was, sent by the Bombay High Court, he was sent to imprisonment for 1.5 years. And he was also, fined a certain amount because he, like for eve teasing actually, and he called a minor girl item. But for this calling that girl item, he was sent to 1.5 years of imprisonment. Also, fine laga diya uspe. But here I am bringing this topic because the court said that you cannot. Headline of the news was that the man was sent to jail because he, called a minor girl item, and we cannot say any girl item, and we cannot call her all this with all these names, item or bomb and all this. But we are, watching Hindi movies, Bollywood films, Bollywood songs, and there we see that there is a song which is referred to as item number, and the dancer, the lead lady who is dancing, she is also referred as an item girl. So at that point of time, nobody is having any problem, and there we are only calling them that she's an item girl and this and that. But at that point of time, there is nobody raising any voice against it. But uh, I'm not saying that eve teasing should be encouraged, but the court sent a man to 1.5 years of imprisonment because he called her item and all. But why don't we then stop using this term item numbers and item songs and item girl in Bollywood, because that is also a crime then, and we cannot just call any dancer item girl. So what do you have to say about this?
So I'll take you a few years back. I used to call people, girls I used to meet as heroine, you know, or sweetie if he was younger to me or she was working with me. So I used to term in a friendly manner. Of course, I've stopped doing that. Okay, because people may take it differently.
Yes, yes.
About this item song or item girl, have you seen recently whenever there is a scene in which a man or a woman is shown smoking, a warning comes.
Yes, yes.
Even when a man is shown drinking or woman is shown drinking, a warning comes. So all these Bollywood movies in which कोई हसीना जब रूठ जाती है तो और भी हसीन हो जाती है, there should be a warning that eve teasing is a crime, that you
Definitely,
cannot,
definitely.
that stalking is a crime. See, how much does a 16, 17, 18 years old boy knows about law? And I am very surprised by the intelligence or wisdom of our, legislators or even the judges, which say that a man or a boy or a girl who are 16, 17, 18 years old, who, experiment with their sexuality, only man is guilty. Why can't a woman be guilty? And that is the age where people will experiment with their sexuality. It may be by way of words, by gestures, by touch. Am I to assume, or uh, am I to, any person in right frame of mind will assume that today, in today's time, a class 11th or 12th boy or a girl will not know what all these things are? You have suddenly raised the age of consent from 16 to 18. Now, this man who called a minor item would not only be guilty under, 354. He may be guilty under POXO also. So I have not read this judgment. I have also read only the news item. And calling somebody item, I don't know under which circumstances they called it. Even today, I was reading a news in which a Delhi court, has said that using F word is not common in India. And I don't know which India he is living in. I go to school, I go to college, I see people in my office. They use this word very often amongst them. So this judge says that a man using F word does not mean that he is asking the girl to go away. It is not the colloquial meaning which will be taken. The literal meaning will be taken by the girl. I don't know. I don't understand this. So
Yes,
this is which is beyond any logical logical reasoning. It is just to satiate the desires of one section of society that all these kind of laws are made without having proper mechanism in place. If we have made a law of stalking, let us go and do it with all, make it mandatory to all these Bollywood biggies that whenever you are showing any kind of stalking in your movies, there should be a warning. Whenever you are presenting any woman in provocative dress, there should be a warning.
definitely, definitely.
Whenever you are showing somebody as a peeping tom, there should be a warning. You know what will happen? Antara will not be able to move one step without a warning.
Very true.
The law should be that should be made or created in such a manner that only the people who actually have committed any crime should be punished. But we have made law like this that any man can be convicted of any crime at the whims and fancies of the woman. I don't think that we are living in a society which is beyond fear or which is safe for women. Yes, it is very unsafe for men. It is very safe, not only safe, it is a business for unscrupulous people who can mint a lot of money. And this particular case would have settled, I'm sure, if the man had offered enough money.
Definitely. Yes, yes. This is true. I agree with this. If you have money, then you can just settle cases like that.
So we should have, blood money. There should be a concept of blood money in India also, because this is what courts are allowing. Even rape cases are being settled for money.
Yes,
Let
yes,
us create a
definitely.
law of blood money, which is in Saudi Arabia, which is in Middle East. You commit a crime, you pay, and you get off. Why to go through all this? Let all rich be allowed to do everything. Then only man will be interested only one thing, making money. Let me make enough money. So tomorrow, if I am in trouble, I'll pay and get off.
Yes, definitely. Yes, true. That's what should be.
So that is where you are heading to.
Yes, and regarding this, I feel that if teasing cannot be only done by a man, even girls, there are girls I have seen who is teasing who are teasing boys, but I do not know why there is this concept that a girl can touch a boy anywhere she wants to, and he cannot get offended, but a boy cannot just touch without her consent like this also, because if he does that, then if she gets offended, then she can file a complaint that he touched me in a wrong way. And I think that's very wrong, and that should not be the case, because if I'm a human being, you are also a human being. If I don't want you to touch me, then you can't. Just because I'm a male and you are a woman and you are touching me, so it's not कि मतलब मैं कुछ नहीं बोल सकता क्योंकि मैं क्योंकि मैं मर्द हूँ and तुम लड़की हो, तो I cannot just touch you. गलती से भी अगर लग गया ऐसे, then also we see in many cases कि गलती से touch हो गया या कुछ हो गया, then the girl starts screaming कि इसने मुझे touch किया, ये हुआ वो हुआ, then everybody starts beating that man. So these things are very wrong. And
Not only this, Antara. in Delhi Metro, 97% of pickpocketers are women. The moment you try to catch anybody, she'll make a hue and cry that I am molested. I
Yes.
was molested. He is just making it a excuse for molesting me. This is a license. All these laws are licensed to people like these. And we are just seeing the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
7 years, 10 years down the line, this country will either be unlivable or there would be overhaul of all these laws, and then women will cry that we don't get justice.
That's true.
Nobody is going to believe these women any longer. Even today, people don't believe them.
Yes, and few days back, actually, I have read a case. I actually forgot the which court was it, but there was a case where the court said that it was not related to eve teasing; it was related to a false case only. But the court is saying that filing false case is very wrong and it should not be done. But again, the same court, the court awarded the woman 18 lakhs of alimony. And I couldn't understand what happened. Both the judges were women, and they say that filing a false case is very wrong. It should not be done. This that the case is closed, the case is dismissed, divorce is given to the husband, and in the end, 18 lakhs of alimony. And I
Antara,
got
I have told
confused. What is
you one
this?
thing, that men should be concerned only about one thing, making enough money.
Making enough money? Yes.
If he ever to settle out paying 18 lakh rupees after proving that woman was wrong, he could have paid 30 lakh rupees upfront and got rid of it. He would have saved
Ah,
10 years.
that's what.
Right?
Yes, yes, of course.
It is not law. It is I don't know what it is. It is something else. It is not legal, it is not justice. I don't know
It's
what it is.
yeah. That's why because I say no that in India getting justice for a man is very very difficult. It's very difficult. Like now, people are getting
Yes.
afraid to get married because of all these cases coming up. People are getting to know about
But
such
even
cases.
living man is not safe.
That's what. That's what. हर तरफ से प्रॉब्लम है. आप कहाँ जाएंगे?
और
इनफैक्ट
अब आए हैं तो जीना तो पड़ेगा और
जीना तो
जिएंगे
पड़ेगा.
और
बिल्कुल.
लड़ेंगे.
In fact, a few days back, we all have heard about that Sonipat acid attack case. That where the woman she threw 5 liters of acid on that man just because he said that I won't get married to you because the woman she actually hid her past marriage from that boy. So in the portal, it was only written that he refused to get married to the woman, and so she threw 5 liters of acid. And we have so many films talking films on acid attacks on women, but there is no Bollywood films on men. मतलब nobody is showing जो कि men के साथ जो harassments होते हैं, nobody is showing, only women, women and women, but nobody is aware about these things जहाँ पे we see that women are actually torturing men, and the woman is getting away with that, nobody is punishing her, and they're just doing whatever they want to. So what do you have to say about these things, like why media houses are not covering such cases, and why so less awareness about crimes committed by women, why only men are shown as the criminals or the demons?
Because that suits the populace. That is where the money is. Only women get 18,000 crore rupees, or not only 18,000, probably 45,000 crore rupees as budget. All these people who get budget, see, I'll tell you something. If I show you a movie in which there is no crying, no drama, how many people will watch it? Only if there is crime, polarization, then only people will watch it. Even when we make a movie, I and Deepika made a movie about this false rape cases, India's sons.
Yes,
We
yes.
have to give disclaimer that we don't think that rape is not a heinous crime and blah blah blah. We stand by all these things. that women should get justice, we are against misuse of law. These movie makers don't need all these kind of
I've never
disclaimers,
seen somebody giving any such disclaimers.
that not 99.9% men are you know good human beings. Every man is a demon.
Yes,
Every man
they
is
are
a demon.
showing that only.
Yeah, there is no Shrup Nakhas. There are only Rakshas.
Yes, they're only Ravans and Rakshas. That's what.
There are no Shrup Nakhas. And trust me, even if there is a Ram, even then he has blemishes because he does not fit feminist ideology of being. Even
Yes,
he is a demon in today's time.
yes, yes, definitely. So, lastly, I would like to ask you to give some piece of advice to or suggestion to our followers who are watching you.
See, Antara, I have a son who is 16 years old,
Okay.
and I tell him only one thing, that any kind of shit can happen in your life at any time, anytime. You have to carry on with your life. You have to live happily. You have to be successful. And if whenever you think of getting revenge from anybody, please understand that your success is the sole revenge. All your detractors will rot in jealousy the moment you are successful. The life will carry on, the sun will still rise tomorrow. Don't ever give up hope and fight with all your might whenever you have to fight. So, if you are being hit by false cases, or there is a chance of being hit by false cases, don't be despaired about it. Live your life fully and be happy about it. You got only one life, make the best use of it.
Okay. So that's very true, and we definitely agree on these things because nowadays most of the men they are being, implicated with false cases, and people are committing suicides because they get depressed and frustrated. They get no
Correct.
support from families, friends, relatives. So this is a very sad state of affairs we are seeing right now. That false cases are increasing tremendously, and men they're at the receiving end. So it's very important for us to raise awareness about these things, that you have to fight, and it's not committing suicide is not the solution.
No,
Otherwise crimes, this kind of crimes will keep on happening because women they already know that there is nothing that can punish them, so they will keep on doing this. So we have to fight back.
correct, correct.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kapoor, it was wonderful talking to you. And I'm hopeful that the people who are watching this interview, they will be, getting a lot of information from this video. And we are hopeful that we'll be back soon with another interview on a similar kind of a topic.
Definitely, Antra, it was very nice talking to you. And it is very heartening to know that platforms like these are being made and run by young people like you. I thank you very much and I congratulate you for this and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you so much for joining us, for taking our time, and thank you for supporting us also. Thank you so much
Bye.
once again. Thank you.
Bye.